welcome to my Tarot Corner. So there was a lot of press around Prince Harry joining Elton John, Elizabeth Hurley, and other celebrities in the lawsuit against Associated Press, claiming that they obtained information in illegal ways. Now, this is about things that were published years ago, and it's really hypocritical because when you think about it, Elton John did a lot of things in order to get the press attention when he was still striving to get published, and although you can be a very talented musician, and I know some very talented musicians that just don't have this star power, and you need to do a lot in order to get the attention of the public. And part of it is utilizing the press to your own agenda. And this is exactly what Elton John did, was what Elizabeth Hurley did. And even more than that, there is one mother that her son was murdered, and the newspapers actually helped her get justice for her son. So now suing the newspapers, it's really hypocritical. But what I'm going to read on is not this. It's going to be around something that I believe Neil Sean said, that this lawsuit might come out at the time of King Charles' coronation. We don't know if the Sussexes are going to arrive to the coronation or not. There are conflicting articles. Some say that they might be banned. Some say that actually Charles is looking to extend an olive branch by inviting them and by giving their children the titles. It's really a lot of question marks around that. But the question is Harry hoping to ruin his father's coronation by joining this lawsuit? So this is the Halloween tarot, and I'm going to pick up the cards. So while I'm doing that, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourselves. And I don't know exactly what Prince Harry thinks that he can sue the papers about illegal ways of obtaining information. I don't know where he thinks that he can win this lawsuit. But the question is he hoping to ruin King Charles' coronation by joining this lawsuit? So I'm going to take 3 cards and see, first of all, the answer, and then I will look at the possibilities of them getting some kind of winning this case. So let's start with a card from here, and a card from here, and a card from here. And pick this up. So is Harry hoping to ruin his father's coronation by joining this lawsuit? And the answer is the world in reverse. Now, the world, when it is in the upright, is it's a message card. It's not a clear yes or a clear no card. When it's in the upright, it's about ending something and starting something new. This is about completing a circle. a circle that is ending, and then something new begins with the fool's journey from the beginning once more. And when it is in the reverse, we see a person that is very closed. It's hard for him to get out of his boundaries. And it is a card of someone who is stuck and finds it difficult to advance to his next stage in life, finds it difficult to complete things and to start over. So as an answer to this question, it is a yes. Why? Because we are talking about a person that is holding a grudge, that is it finds it impossible to really start afresh, to start something new, that is always living in the past, finds it difficult to go to the next stage in his life, because he still holds a grudge to his father and to the royal family. So in a way, this is his way of getting back at his father. Okay. On this side, the cat here is looking at this side. So on this side, we get the Magician in reverse, another major arcana. So this is really very spiritual, not very much down to earth, because he hasn't thought about how he can win this. He's just thinking about what he can achieve from that. And the Magician, when it's in the upright, speaks about creating from nothing. So it's someone who is eccentric, is weird, but also someone who is organized and orderly and skilled and can create from nothing. Because we see it in the reverse, it shows lack of communication. So he has very difficult time in communicating with his family. It shows confusion. It shows a person that is egotistical. It shows someone who is manipulative. And this is a card of someone who is falsely believing that he is right and that he can win everything that he wants. So this card is just reinforcing what the World card in reverse told us, because it's all part of Harry's being egotistical. It's all part of his very bad communication with his father. It's all about him trying to manipulate the coronation in a way. So yeah, he's trying to let's say obstruct the coronation, and the reason he is doing that is because he cannot speak to his father, because he doesn't have any communication skills with him. He's confused and he is egotistical. Okay, on this side, the world doesn't want to see the Chariot, another major arcana. And the Chariot is about going after the dream. And this is, I think, the fourth or fifth time that I got the Chariot with the Sussexes in the past few days. I either get it in reverse or in the upright, but it doesn't really mean it doesn't really matter, because in this instance, the cat doesn't want to see the Chariot, but the Chariot is going towards the World card. And the Chariot is about not giving up on the dream, being very assertive, and not giving up on any price. So this is about Harry not giving up on obstructing his father's coronation, doing whatever he can to ruin it. This is about Harry believing that he can win this case, believing that that it doesn't matter if he needs to get into quarrels, into a war, no matter what are the difficulties, but he will win this. And this is what the Chariot is telling us. He believes that he will win this, and as a plus effect, he will manage to ruin his father's coronation in the process. So that is the first question. So now let's see if he really is going to win this. So are they going to win this lawsuit or not? So let's just shuffle the cards a little and see what we get. Okay, so I'm spreading the deck once again. Sorry about the time it takes me. And let's take the first card from the middle and the second card from this side and the third from this side. Okay, so let's pick those up and see what we are getting here. Okay, so the answer is the middle card, and that is the Hierophant. Now, curiously enough, the Hierophant here looks like a mummy, and he's all bandaged. And this looks like a Hierophant that has taken a big beating. I mean, someone who was really bashed. And the Hierophant is another major arcana, and the Hierophant speaks about doing the right thing. Now, I'm going to talk about the psychological explanation of this card, and the psychological explanation of the card is executing your inner truth and acting out of belief. So this is, but I remind you that behind every Hierophant there is a devil looming, and the intuition here says that they are going to be hit bad. I mean, this person is like in a way one step before the grave. So this is a person that was really hit badly. And so I believe that they are not going to win this case, but let's see what the side cards say. And here we get the Nine of Bats. So the Nine of Bats, that is a card of worry and justified worry. So this only reinforces my intuition that the Hierophant here is more of a devil card than the actual Hierophant that speaks about acting out of belief. Maybe they do believe that they have a case, but they are worried. And they will go on being worried more and more. It will increase, it will intensify. This is about a person that is really finds it hard to get out of bed. This is a card of a person who knows that the worst will happen. This is a card of someone who cannot act logically because he is so worried, because he knows that the worst will happen. So this is a card of unpleasant things, of self-destruction, of making the wrong choice. So this card is just, there is nothing good to say about this card. And it is looking at the Hierophant. So it's like she's in bed and he needs to go to bed really fast. And on the other side, we get the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is a card of changing perspective, of changing point of view. So this is their hope. They hope to be able to change the point of view of the people that are not seeing this lawsuit in a favorable light. They hope to change the perspective of the judges that will rule this case. But this is a card that also speaks about believing that everything will turn okay, even if you're not doing anything to change things. So this is a card that, another card that speaks about acting out of believing that you are in the right, acting out of some kind of internal truth. So both of these cards are saying that they really believe that they have a strong case, but the Nine of Swords tells us, the Nine of Bats actually, tells us that this is not the case. So I don't believe that they will win the case. It just doesn't look like it. But let's see what the underlying message says. And the underlying message is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. And the Three of Pentacles is about cooperation and reward. And when it's in the upright, it's a very good card. It's about stepping forward, it's about financial growth, advancement, and getting the recognition that they need in order to win this case. But it's in the reverse. And in the reverse, it shows us the need for high reward, even too fast, without actually doing anything to achieve that reward. It shows over materialism. It shows pettiness, mediocrity. So this whole lawsuit is a petty lawsuit, and Harry's motives to join this lawsuit are even worse, even more petty than the motive for the lawsuit in the beginning. So, and it shows us that they need the high reward, and they're not going to deserve this high reward, and this is why this lawsuit is not going to succeed, in my opinion, but let's wait and see. Okay, so I'm taking a card from the Vampires Tarot, Oracle, sorry. I don't know how you say that actually, because it's in French, if I'm not mistaken. So let's take a card from down here. Sorry, just a little bit more difficult. Okay. Madness, ecstatic ritual, energy release. Okay, let's see what it means. Okay, so this creature is called a Manid, and she's a female priestess of the god Dionysus. And the message of this card can be divided into the blessing of the card and the curse of this card. Now, because we are talking about Harry and Elton John and their collaborators, I'm looking at the curse of this card, and the curse of this card is a fear that divine madness will be permanent, that there is a short distance between the bliss of Manid and the insanity, keeping yourself on such a tight leash that your repressions rule you and are therefore expressed in an unhealthy way. So I think that this fits Harry very much, because he is emotionally disturbed. He is raving mad with anger towards the world, towards his father, towards everyone, and he lets the anger and the madness rule him. And because of that, he is expressing himself in all of the unhealthy ways there are. Okay, so this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, share the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.